to 92 Live here on Sky Sports News. We started our incredible journey around every club in the Premier League and Football League at 7 o'clock this morning.
And there are just 13 more clubs to go. Stand by this now. We're like to Chelsea, Spurs, Liverpool, Newcastle, Coventry, Portsmouth, Carlisle and Mansfield.
It has been a very busy day for Jim White, who has been in a helicopter travelling up the country to a number of destinations. His next destination, and he is ready to speak to us, is Anfield, the home of Liverpool Football Club. And Jim is there now. Hi, Jim.
Julian, hi to you. Hi, Kirsty. Yes, we've just arrived just outside Liverpool Football Club. The helicopter is parked somewhere out there, I can tell you, Julian. And now we're inside Anfield itself. Delighted to be invited here today as part of 92 Live. And look who's joined us. Kirsty, you remember this man, Ayre, Managing Director of Liverpool. He came into studio last season. He very kindly is with me now, pitchside at Anfield. Thank you so much. I know you're up to your eyes in it at the moment, pre-season. Terrific that you're spending time with us. 92 Live, first things first. Have you been watching some of it today?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. I managed to catch a couple of bits in between phone calls and stuff, and just had a phone call from Dave Whelan asking you to sort his pitch out after landing his helicopter on it. But no, it's been a good day, yeah.
Fantastic. Ian, tell me about what's coming up with Steven Gerrard, because big occasion this weekend. He's got his testimonial against Olympiacos.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's difficult to find too much to say about Steven because there's so much. You know, big game, Olympiacos, obviously that memorable night here when he scored the goal, the winning goal to take us through, and then ultimately on to the 2005 win in Istanbul. So it'll be a momentous day Saturday for him, for our fans, sold out here as you would expect, and a lot going on. But you know, all great testament to Steven. He's been a wonderful servant to the club, and you know, and the fact that, as you would expect again, he's giving all the money that he raises to his foundation to do great work. You know, and that's just the kind of guy Steven is, and you know, we're very pleased that he's still with us, and great to honour him with a testimonial.
Yeah, that's terrific, and he's getting a longer-term deal here, isn't he?
Yeah, we just signed a new deal with Steven, which gives him 2 years starting from this season. But then, you know, we said it was probably the easiest deal that I'll ever be involved in because, you know, a guy's given his whole life to the club, and you know, Steven will play here as long as Steven wants to play here and is able to play and deliver, and that's what we talked about. He's happy. You know, we'll review it in 2 years or before then, and you know, we also have something in place which we've had for a while that will ensure that Steven's involved in the long term. So you know, and that's right and proper. He's a huge part of the football club.
We're going to talk very briefly about some of the players you've managed to bring in because you've been hard at it. Now, you and I cannot talk live here on the pitch at Anfield on the day of 92 Live without mentioning Luis Suarez. Where are you at with this player as things stand at this moment, 5:05 tonight?
Where we've always been, you know, we've got Luis Suarez in our team and in our squad, and he'll have trained today. He's working hard in training. Brendan commented yesterday how hard he's worked. This isn't, despite what people think, we've not had an intention of selling Louis. We've never said we want to sell Louis. And, you know, he, as I say, he continues to work hard and train hard for Liverpool, and that'll continue. And, you know, I'll expect him to be there at the start of the season.
Let me get this straight from you, Ian. As I understand it, you've had 2 bids from a Premier League rival, and those came from Arsenal. Would that be correct?
That's correct, yeah. And as I said, you know, not something we want to do, not something we're interested in. And so, as our fans would expect, we rejected both.
So what were they? One for 35, one for 40 million and £1.
I mean, I can't say publicly what they were, but you know, there weren't bids that we would accept, you know, because the player's not available for sale. So that's where we are, and that's where we'll stay.
What did Suarez say to you when those bids came in?
I didn't speak to him about the bids because that's not part of the process. But look, you know, the media tells everybody what's going on. You guys do a very good job of that. We just keep everybody's feet on the ground here. You know, we keep the players' feet on the ground. We have to manage the rest of the squad around this type of stuff. And we've done that, and you know, I wish I had £1 for everybody who stops me in the street saying, please make sure Louis stays, and that's what we're doing.
So tonight, Ian, as it stands, should we be persuaded to think that his demeanour is somewhat changing and that he might just settle here again, even though he's banned for the first few games of the new season, and we'll see him again playing for Liverpool this season in the Premier League?
I don't think we could say his demeanour's changed because he's been a professional throughout, and he's trained, he's played for Uruguay, he's come back, and he continues to train and work hard. So, it's just business as usual. That's how I would put it, honestly.
Does he now appreciate the support that you and Liverpool and others have given him?
Well, very much so. I think Louis was on the back end of the tour with us. Obviously, he was the break just after his games for Uruguay, and then joined us in Melbourne. And seeing the fantastic support and the adulation he received, as you would expect wherever Liverpool go, I think nobody will know more than Louis how much he's loved by this football club.
So he's going to stay. You're sure?
I'm sure he's going to stay. That's always been our ambition, and that's what we expect to achieve.
I know you want to go on to another subject. We will, but has there been foreign interest, Real Madrid?
No, nothing.
Okay, that's Luis Suarez tidied up, I think, on 92 Live. What about the players you've brought in? Tell me about some of the deals you've done there and the hard work you've put in. Yeah,
there's a big team of people that work on that here, and all work fantastically well ahead of the window, which allowed us to act quickly. So, Colo Torre, we brought in from Manchester City, who's had a fantastic impact. Simon Mignolet from Sunderland, Iago Aspas, and Luis Alberto. So all important players who've all been on tour with us, all found their place, all made an impact. Scored some, Iago scored a couple of goals. And I know that Brendan's very, very pleased with their sort of contribution so far. Very pleased that they're improving the group, which is what we aim to do. And we've still some work to do. We've other targets, other ambitions, and we'll keep working away. And as I say, there's a great team of people, led by the manager that make these things happen. And we're pleased with progress.
Ian, one thing I noticed, Pepe Reina had something of a swipe at the club when he left. I was reading that he maybe wasn't fully aware he was going to end up on loan at Napoli. Would that be right?
No, I think anyone who knows football and knows how football works knows that no player who's under contract has to go anywhere that he doesn't sign up to. So, we were approached about loaning Pepe. We discussed that with the club, with Napoli, and once we understood the opportunity there, we spoke to Pepe and put it to him. So the idea that he didn't know is not true. And we wish him well. He's still our player. We hope that gives him an opportunity to play every week there, and we'll see where that goes.
Ian, finally and briefly, and I thank you for your time. This is terrific because this man is a busy man. I was in his office moments ago. You want to see the mountain of work there, I can assure you. What kind of season are you hoping for here? Are Liverpool going to be there or thereabouts at long, long last in the Premier League? Is this going to be a special, special season for Liverpool?
That has to be our aspiration. When we brought Brendan in as a manager, and when we worked, started to talk to him and work with him to improve the squad. The ambition for this football club always has to be European football and beyond, because it's what the history of this club's built on. It's what our fans expect. It's what our players want to play, and it's what our manager wants to achieve. So, we're all heading in the right direction, in the same direction, and absolutely our aspiration has to be European football.
You're terrific. I can't thank you enough for giving us so much time today on the day of 92 Live. You've made a great contribution tonight to us on behalf of Liverpool, and I thank you. Ian, thanks so much. Kirsty, Julian, this is Anfield. What an atmosphere. And did I say this in Mr. Ayre's earshot? Next up for us, Old Trafford.